lies about. I know about you.
What's up guys, it's Toasty here. So today we're going to be going into the class setup for the EBR, well the best class setup that I use to get gold. I also wanted to remind you guys about the giveaway that's going to be happening at 250 subscribers. It's going to be 1100 card points, and if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, please just go down below, hit the subscribe button, and then it's done. So let's get into the setup for the EBR. The EBR is kind of a tricky gun to use because its recoil is, especially if you're someone who's used to sniping, the recoil really is quite severe. So there's a lot of attachments that you have to put on to counter that, plus like my ADS speed. It's because I'm very focused on ADS speed, especially because the time to kill in this game is very quick. So let me show you guys the setup that I use. So for the muzzle, I go for the compensator, obviously for the recoil control. For the laser, I use the tac laser for the ADS speed. The iron sights for the EBR are very bad, so I don't really like using them. So for the optic, I use the GR mini reflex, and you can use whatever optic you prefer to use, and that's just basically my preference, but it would go along to your preference. For the stock, I use the FSS Raider Chassis Elite. This one can be traded out for the FFS Raider Chassis Pro, which is aim down sight speed and aim walking movement speed, but I don't know why that one's even there, because this one is so much better. So you have aim down sight speed, aim walking movement speed, and Splinter fire speed. So it's kind of a confusing one why that would even be there if there's so much of a better one here. So I think it's because this one does remove your rear grip, but that's not really that bad because you have the extra aim down sight speed, and I probably wouldn't even use the rear grip. So that's a stock. I don't use a perk because it's not really that necessary, especially because you're going to be killing people in 2 bullets and it's a one-shot headshot, so that does make the long shots a lot easier. And for the underbarrel, I use the Commando foregrip. I use this because of the aiming stability and the recoil stabilization. Recoil stabilization is recoil that's side to side, so left and right instead of upwards, that is recoil control, which the compensator does do. See, with most of the guns, you don't want to have too many recoil control attachments, because eventually I think there's like obviously an invisible limit that this game has, and once you hit that, obviously you can't use any more. Well, it doesn't add any more buffs, so you might as well go for the 2 of them, then you have a straight shot most of the time, especially if you are spamming. Now let's get into the camos. So for spray paint, it's get kills, it's passive, you're going to be doing this at the same time while you're doing all your other camos. For Woodland, it's headshots. You're going to want to be doing headshots for the EBR because it is a one-shot headshot for this gun, so it's really beneficial to just be going for the headshot straight away. For digital, it's kills while crouched. For this, it can be a bit tricky because the crouching movement speed is pretty slow in this game. So what I can recommend is basically just slide around corners, cancel slide, and then well, you cancel slide by aiming down sight. So you already aim down sight, and you got to jump on the enemy if there is someone around the corner. For Dragon, it's kill enemies in a single shot. So either you can play hardcore to get this, or you can just be doing headshots, and then they'll always be the one shot kill anyways. Next we have Splinter, which is get kills while using all the attachments. This is obviously basic, you just need to fill up your attachment slots and get kills. For Topo, it's long shots. Long shots can be tricky with this gun because of the damage that it does, because you'll never be able to get the one shot kill in core if you're not hitting the head. So basically just camp on a head glitch and aim a bit more up, but even if you don't have as many recoil control attachments as I do, your second shot should line up at about, if you shoot them in the abdomen, your second shot should line up around their neck to their head area. So you're going to be getting the headshot, so you're going to be finishing Woodland and Topo at the same time, which is always beneficial. And go on some of the bigger maps, the 10v10 maps, where you have these really long sight lines, and that's going to help you do the long shots a lot quicker. And also what you can do is you can just go into hardcore modes. That's what a lot of people do recommend, but I'd say I'm pretty accurate, so I can just go for the straight headshots, and it gives me a bit more time to react if someone is shooting at me. For Tiger, it's get kills while mounted. This is basic. You just need to get the kills while you mount it on something, and yeah. For Stripes, it's get double kills. So for the setup that I have now, the aim down sight speed is extremely quick. So you can basically rush into enemy spawns, and from there, a lot of enemies like to group up in the game. So especially if you're playing against like clans or teams, then you are going to be getting the double kills as long as you can just kill 2 of them. For Reptile, it's kills 1 with no attachments. I found Reptile to be quite difficult when I did it mainly because of the iron sights, and the iron sights are really bad on this gun. I just really don't like them. They're very clustered, and it's not big and it's not open, so you can't really see properly when you're looking through the iron sights. So just stick at it, and the longer that you keep at it, obviously the quicker that this will get done. For Skulls, it's get 3 kills without dying, so it's 3 kill streaks. This is pretty simple. You just need to stay alive and kill 3 people. So, and it does stack. So if you get 6, it stacks twice, and obviously 9 3 times and onwards. So play a bit more campy with this, and try to get into the hardcore 10v10 maps, because then you can camp, and if you in hardcore, it's a one shot regardless of distance. So you can use this setup for your long shots and these, because you're going to be camping. So it's pretty easy to do. And yeah, let's get into the secondaries as well as the perks that I use. So for my secondary, I use the X16 Akimbo. I used to use the Renetti, but they did nerf it pretty significantly, so I decided to change it up, and I found a lot of success with the X16, especially in the Akimbo, because the fire rate is quite high and you have a large ammo pool, so it's quite efficient. It's just to put out if you run out of ammo, or if something happens where it's in a crutch situation. So you're not going to be pulling out your your X16s a lot, but when you do, then you have quite a reliable weapon. For the perks, we did switch it up. We use Scavenger, because the EBR only has 10 rounds in the magazine before it runs out, and the ammo pool, I think you get 30 rounds in total, so that's only 15 kills, and it's quite difficult, especially if you're getting a kill with 2 bullets every single time, like you're not wasting any bullets. So you do run out of ammo pretty quickly, and that's why I put on Scavenger, to just speed the process up a little bit, so I can pick up ammo as soon as I kill an enemy, and I can go on longer streaks. For the perk 2 slot, we use Ghost, and this is just so we can stay off the UAVs, stay off the enemy's minimap, as well as I think it's called the compass on the top of the screen, where your red square doesn't come up when you're shooting. And finally, we use battle hardened, but you can also swap this out for amped. Amped is, it increases your weapon swap speed in a clutch moment, but I use battle hardened so that the effects of the stun grenades, EMP, flash grenades don't affect me as badly. For the lethal, we use Semtex, mostly because you can throw it quite far and it does stick to walls. So if you're playing an objective based mode like hard points and the enemy's holding the hard point, you just throw the Semtex in there and you might get a kill or at least damage one of them. Then you slide in, you keep crouched, and they'll most probably be one shot. So you just shoot them once and you have a crouching kill as well as a one shot kill. For tactical, I use a stim so that I can regen my health as soon as I do take damage. And yeah, that was the EBR, guys. So I just wanted to take a second to thank you guys for watching the video if you have gotten to this point, and just remember to subscribe down below so we can get to 250 subscribers so we can start to do these giveaways. The next giveaway is going to be at 500 as well, but let's focus on getting to 250 first. And yeah, it's been toasty, guys.